Yo, what's up, Ali? Thanks for coming in. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Let me know if you guys can hear me. I think my audio's been working, but damn, I didn't even realize it's been almost 3 weeks since I streamed. Basically, what happened is wait, what? Basically, what happened was I got food poisoning. I think it was a couple days after I streamed last time, and I was sick for a week, and then holidays. So, but I'll be streaming back to normal now. Now that the holidays are gonna be over. But yeah, how's everybody's Christmas? Oh, so Ali said that too. My Christmas. Oh, Siri's always be talking, but yeah, my Christmas was good. How's everybody else's Christmas? Saw the title. Hate the massive power creep that's happened to Black Clover. One of these guys get into this whole Spade arc, and that's just so weird. Yeah. I the only issue that I have with it, it's more of like in the lore, because it makes sense that Asta could surpass Lucifero in 15 months because of how Tabata has written power progression in the past. But it just is weird that the Devil King is now fodder to humans in a different country. So, like, I get, like, it doesn't ruin it for me, because at the end of the day, it is power scaling, and, I mean, I've been going off on all this stuff, but, Tabata could just drop, like, a statement that says that, Lucifero is still the strongest, or whatever, and you could just say that Lucifero was just holding back the entire time. That'd still be possible. But of all the evidence we have right now, the Ryuzen are way stronger than Lucifero. Of course, I put this as, like, the thumbnail, because I didn't know, and the title, too, because I didn't know what to put it as. But I guess, like, that's kind of what I got from the chapter, is that the Ryuzen 7 are all powerful. Because the huge worry from the fandom was that the Ryuzen 7 would be fodder, like the Spirit Guardians ended up being. How they ended up just being jobbers, which it still could be a thing, but like they could jobber to somebody else, like they could jobber to Lily and the Paladins, but they're not. They're all strong. They all bodied the five-headed dragon, and the strongest one is bodying a Zetan Asta in his base, and he might not even be using Zetan himself. So, and this is it's just crazy. But, and then I made like this tweet. I took a screenshot of the Ryuzen killing the five-headed dragon, and I tweeted like, oh, the Ryuzen would clap Lucifero. It's funny because it's still such a controversial topic, and I understand why. But Asta versus MCU Doctor Strange. Honestly, probably Asta. Could it be that Ryudu prepared the Ryuzen 7 for Lucius with the help of his eye? I mean, it's possible. God Diseki can still solo. It's possible. But what were you guys' thoughts of the chapter? I know I'm streaming it a bit late. I mean, because it did come out on Christmas Day. But Lucifer's the new Zagrid. There's Zagrid. Yeah, he really is. Like, this is the same thing that happened when we got the 6-month time skip. Is that, Zagrid was respected as this crazy, powerful villain. And then there's a 6-month time skip in a new saga. And Zagred's now fodder. And so much of the fandom was like, no! Zagred would beat the Dark Triad, blah, 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 blah. And then now it's like pretty much accepted that there's just no way. Zagrid or Zagred. I keep forgetting how you actually supposed to say it. Because I'm a manga fanboy. Not an anime fanboy. There's just no way. You're still suspicious of Ryu? Or Ryu? I keep forgetting, is it Ryu or Ryu? I'm definitely still suspicious. He hasn't done anything really to make me think that he should be 100% good. Is Lucifero even top 10 anymore? Well, so we have Lucius and Julius. If we count Lucius and Julius as two characters, that's two characters right there. Because Julius scales to base Lucius, who's above 100% Lucifero. So, that's two right there. You have Asta, that's three. And then Ryu. Okay. And then you have Ichika, and then we have... I mean, it's hard to say that all of the Ryuzen are above Asta, or are above Lucifero, because we don't have direct feats for all of them. All we know is that Ryu says that only a few people could take one of Ichika's attacks without being knocked out, which means that essentially there at least a few of the Ryuzen would be on her level, would scale to her. But doesn't mean all of them do. But it seems like they all probably are relative to each other. So like if we just go like say that the Ryuzen 7 are, that's what, 10 already? You have Julius, Lucius, Asta, the Ryuzen 7, that's 10. And then, so that yeah, you could argue that Lucifero isn't. But also Paladin Lily is likely above Lucifero as well. So, I mean, she's at least likely above 50% Lucifero. Didn't a few Ryuzen beat Asta in training? They did. There was 3 of them, but we also don't know what form Asta was using, because the first time he gets like hit by them, he's in his base. But I don't know, like it's just crazy. Like I almost want to make another video on it, but I've been just doing too much power scaling for my video projects, and I don't know when my next one will be. Like I did like so many different power scaling videos, and I was gonna do one on Asta's abilities. What? There's no way you have Nalith above the Ryuzen outside of Yosuga and Ichika. Isn't Asta mentally negged right now? I mean, in a sense. It's weird how Lucifero didn't know there were humans that far surpassed his power. That's like the way to explain. Because people say like, oh, well, why didn't the Ryuzen just go body Lucifero? But I think that you could just say that the Ryuzen 15 months ago are not strong enough. We literally finding through like, yeah, well, I'm still going to be doing power scaling videos. But it's just that I think I've been leaning too much on doing what I don't want. Like, I want to do other stuff too. Like, I do have power scaling videos in the works. But, like, I have a theory coming out this week, a theory coming out next week, and then I think the next 2 videos, like, past that are also not power scaling, but going back, you could argue some characters that fought Lucifero didn't get stronger, thus scaling Nala to his magic. What? I don't get what you mean by that. The Black Knight asked how much do I think Ryuzen knew about Lucius. I don't think the Ryuzen knew about Lucius. It was probably only Ryu himself. Release your member-only videos for everyone to watch, please, for Christmas. Nah. Black Hole retrospective, definitely. I have a lot more like analysis videos. I want to do on Black Clover. Like I'm doing like an analysis on Veto, because I think he's just such an underrated character. But no, I'm not gonna release my member videos for everyone to watch. I mean, maybe that's something I'll do, but I think I need to give a lot more exclusivity for it, because like if I just made it so everybody could watch the member videos, then I wouldn't have members. And the only reason why I'm posting so much now, like I don't know if you guys remember, but a few months ago I was only doing like 1 or 2 videos a month. Now I'm doing a video every single week because of the members. So, I mean, what you could do is you could just get a membership for 1 month and then watch every single video and then just unsubscribe the next month. Stop ignoring me. I didn't even see your comment. I'm not ignoring you. Thanks for coming in, Clinged. I look back at the series before the Elf arc with such nostalgia. I do too. There's just like different vibes about it. But I think it's just a completely different series. Like, it seems that like Tabata grew up with the series as he kept writing it, which is why it feels so different. Yeah, that's the reason, Joe. Like I get it sucks that some videos you won't be able to watch, but like it still is that my best videos are going to be free for everybody. Well, how many members are there? I don't know, actually. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I looked. Unless you do member polls for video ideas. W. But yeah. I thought the chapter was good. I liked seeing the Ryuzen going off and doing some cool shit and like just fucking shit up. Just fucking on the dragon, the 5-headed dragon. Like, it's just insane because like the 5-headed dragon is actually amped by the sacred power that the paladins gave it. This is like a stronger version of what was shown in like the lore for the Hino country. Now, the thing is, it could also be, dead. I mean, not dead, but like dead, but it'll come back, like almost like a Hydra. But that just shows you how strong Hino country has gotten. Remember that the 5-headed dragon was gonna wipe out the Hino country, and then the Celestial Maiden came down and like kind of stopped that. But now instead of needing like some sort of deity-like figure, the Ryuzen just come in and body it, and it's not even the strongest Ryuzen are there. And it's a stronger dragon, because it's a sacred power dragon. So this shows you, that, again, like, the power of the world progresses as it goes on. Yeah, until the dragon heals. But, like, as of right now, the Ryuzen still scale to the dragon, because they were bodying it. It just, couldn't wipe it out, because it has regenerative powers, possibly. That might be why Asta will be needed. Like a Zeton with his anti-magic could neg its regeneration, like how he did with Dante. You give this bit up. Well, it's a stream, so all my streams go unlisted, but I have a playlist for all my streams. Damn, why did my mic go really loud for a sec? That's what I noticed. Do you guys know if I sound louder than I usually do? Because I noticed that when I record videos, I sound so much louder. But I haven't messed with any of my settings. But on my stream software, it says that it's like in the red. That means it's really loud. But Nozel versus Noct. Noct. If we're going Spade Saga. Wasn't Lucifero only using 50% of his magic and 50% was in hell? Yeah, essentially. What do you mean not even the strongest Ryuzen? Like, the strongest Ryuzen is stated to be Yosuga, the one who's fighting Asta. And Ichika is also one of the strongest. So, like, wait, never mind. So, like, Ichika was there, but Yosuga wasn't. Yosuga's training Asta. So, like, the strongest Ryuzen wasn't there. And also, the other Ryuzen, the guy who plays the music, and he essentially weakens the attacks of essentially Yosuga when he's fighting Asta, and also heals them. He wasn't there, so it's like the full Ryuzen wasn't there, and the strongest one wasn't there, is what I'm saying. No, he's not. Why would that make him stronger than the Ryuzen 7? Noct is above all captains except Yami. Noct doesn't have AP. I guess he doesn't really have AP. Devil's in on scales to base Lucifero in terms of combat speed since the weaker know. Yeah. That's very likely the case. The thing is that the Ryuzen scale above Lucius, who absorbed all of Lucifero's power and physical strength. Well, even if he's equal to Ichika, that's still essentially you're tied for the first strongest. Ryuzen isn't there, and they still beat a stronger dragon. Whereas in the past, they needed a celestial maiden, a god-like figure to save them. Which shows how much stronger the Hino country's gotten since that legend. But I think it was stated. I mean, he himself, he at least states that he's the strongest. I guess you could say that's debatable, because he's like he fights with confidence. That's why he's so strong. But you can argue that's true, because by feats, he is dragging a Zetten Asta, who is essentially getting helped by the other Ryuzen with him. Like, that magic is weakening Yosuke's attacks and healing Asta at the same time. And this guy isn't even, like, in his, like, he's not even going all out. I don't even think we see the Zetten, like, art on his eyes, nor his, like, spell transformation-like thing that all the other Ryuzen have. So, like, he is massively suppressed, but doing better against Asta than Ichika did. Asta's not nerfed, though. Asta is stronger now than he was when he fought Lucius. Yeah, you're right. Crazy the captains will fight stronger threats than Paladin, Lily, Heath, and Yorlu, who likely defeat the 5 Ryuzen. I don't know if they'll defeat the 5 Ryuzen. I really, it's hard to say what's going to happen. But you might be right. I wouldn't be surprised if the 3 Paladins, if they beat 4 of the Ryuzen, but Ichika does quite well against them. I mean, just because Asta's doubting himself doesn't mean he's nerfed. Yeah, exactly, Emma. That's what I was saying. That this guy has way better feats than Ichika. That's why. It's like, he states that he's the strongest, and he has a feat that shows that he's way stronger than Ichika, which would then logically follow that he would be the strongest, likely. You also have to think, who was that? Gourmet Sandeater. Like, not only has Asta gotten stronger, like, because his base, or his level of control of anti-magic, it's gotten stronger. Because he fought Ichika, and he said that his Devil Union would have gotten destroyed by her base Zetten power. And then, his Devil Union, after training for a few days, he can fight her in her form. So that shows that he's already gotten a lot stronger, and then tack on the Zetten on top of that. Yeah, I just brought that up, it's funny. But no, that would just mean he's gotten stronger, because he's training. Yeah, so like, if you have 2 statements that are contradictory, if you can show a context where they're not contradictory, then that's like the logical way you look at it. Do you think Asta will fight in full union against Paladin? I think he will. I don't know. I'm almost thinking that against Yosuga, he's going to activate True Devil Union. That's almost what it looked like in the last panel we saw him in. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does True Devil Union. But I almost think that should be saved for Lucius. I mean, Gourmet Sandeater, he could of doing that, but you'd have to show that it's by a significant degree. Where are the other 2 Paladins anyway? Oh yeah, that's right. They're not there, are they? I'm gonna go look at the chapter. I don't think that they were with Lily, were they? Yeah, it looks like they're not there. Interesting. Maybe they're going for the people that evacuated. Nozel versus Paladin. That'd be cool. Paladin Amp is crazy. Who are the paladins we know about again? It's Damnatio, Lily, Heath, and then Yorlu, or whatever his name is. Can we assume he's stronger but still nerfed? I mean, I think he's nerfed, but it's his combat skills, like the way he's fighting is nerfed, but not his actual stats. Like his attack potency, speed, etc. Their spirit could lead us to dwarves later this arc. Yeah, hopefully. Oh yeah, Morris too. I just got interrupted from these other, not interrupted, but my mind traveled these. Yeah, Dark Triad are probably paladins as well. And then there's another, what was it, 1 or 2 people shown? And one of them looks like Nox's brother, but that, I don't know. His mental state is definitely heavily nerfing him. I think that's... I don't think it's nerfing him to the level you're thinking. Like, you'd have to argue that his mental state is nerfing him by 20-fold. Like, if you think that he's weaker. Because Zetten's at least a 20 times multiplier. Because the actual raws say that it's a tens of times increase in power. And Asta is using Zetten. So, you'd have to argue that the mental state is somehow nerfing him 20-fold, which I think is kind of, would be a hard thing to prove, which is why I don't think that it'd be nerfing him in that way. But is base also stronger than Lucifero? I think that would be a really hard burden to prove. I don't think that Vase Asta would beat Lucifero. I think it's possible. Zen's like Bonkai, yeah. But, like, it's possible merely by the fact that it's been a 15-month time skip, but by just actual feats and scaling shown, I don't think there's any evidence that base Asta would beat Lucifero. But, Chainsaw Man. Oh, is the anime end? I only watched the first 2 episodes and, like, waiting to binge it. Asta can't use Zetten fully yet. No, he can use Zetten. He doesn't have, like, his own perfected Zetten, but he can use Zetten. Base Asta with Zetten is above 50% Lucifero. What's your reasoning for that? Asta can fully use Zetten, but, like, it's not the perfected, like, his own version of it. And even, I guess you could say that maybe that's so, but it would still be relative to 20 times, because he was comparable to a Chica, and his partial devil union to her, like, crescent moon form. And then she did Zetten, and then he did Zetten, and it's not like she just completely, like, one-shot him and knocked him out like the previous time. Is that an amp of the TDU amp? I don't know. It's not consistent. It doesn't need to be consistent, though. Like, if you think about it like this. Yosuga, in his base form, possibly not even using Zetten, he, like, blitzes past and dodges a slash from partial union Asta using Zetten. So, that is something that is 20 times faster than regular partial devil union Asta. And that's just in his base. Like, that's a far greater feat than, like, a far greater speed feat than any speed feat that Lucifero has done. Will Yami get a scroll and learn Zetten? And can the Ryuzen use Ki sensing like Yami and Asta? I would argue, yeah. I don't see why they wouldn't use Ki that way. And I do think Yami will get a scroll and he'll learn Zetten. I think that's how he becomes, like, God tier again. Though there is, like, you know, valid evidence that Death Rust might be similar to Zetten. and he's already like using it partially. But I'm excited to see a Yami come back, because like we didn't get to see any of the captains do anything because Lucius just ran. But Zet and Dark Magic, yeah, it'll be cool. It'd also be really cool if Yami, like, I guess it could be really cool or really sad if Yami gets taken over by a Devil Heart or something like that. But I can't wait for the Black Bulls to arrive in the Hino country. Is it confirmed that Zetten boosts speed and not just AP? Well, what Zetten does is it boosts your magic power. So it would then also increase speed, because we know like that if magic power is increased, attack potency is increased, and so is speed. And it's also portrayed that it's, you know, the attacks are faster. So yeah, it would increase speed. Zen could work differently. What do you mean by that? It literally, all it does is it increases magic power, anti-magic power. Like it essentially it uses ki or life energy to augment magic power. So it basically explosively boosts your magic power or anti-magic power. And like, to go back to like Asta, like what is Zetten multiplier be? It's not even really that he hasn't mastered Zetten. Well, he hasn't mastered it. But it's not really that his Zetten isn't as powerful. What it is that he doesn't have his own version of it, like the Ryuzen do, where he showed that like you can either split your Zetten into multiple attacks or whatever. But it's also he doesn't know, like, he hasn't got the timing right. Like, part of the Zetten is you produce your explosive boost at the right time. But, so that was another point, that his multiplier would still be like 20-fold. I wouldn't be surprised, Limai, if Nozel became the Wizard King for a bit. Especially because I think that this final saga, Black Clover, has got at least another 90 to 140 chapters. Zetten doesn't just spawn in more mana or anti-mana, it just explodes a bunch of it all at once. I mean, that would be the same logic, though. Like, it would be the same thing. It's just, what can Yuno do to stop the time manipulation? Probably ultimate magic or something like that. He has a lot of ways to get stronger. Remember that Yuno just discovered a new magic type. He still has to master that magic type. He'll probably figure out a way to fuse the star magic and wind magic. Probably make like a solar wind or something like that. He still has to learn. He still can learn true magic, ultimate magic, master saint stage, all of that. So, like, I was looking for this scan. But, here it is. I'll read it. So this is in chapter 339. It says, Ki is the flow of life energy. Everybody manipulates it unconsciously, turning it into Yoryoku, which is, they essentially, they unconsciously manipulate Ki, or life energy, and turn that into magic power. So that it says they are turning it into Yoryoku. So they are turning Ki, or life energy, into magic power. And it says, you do a super precise version of that on purpose. Take the Yoryoku inside yourself and make it erupt all at once. So it's essentially the same thing. Like, it's like we're both right if you get what I mean. Paladins above devils, above dark elves, above dwarves equals apostles, elves, royalty, nobility, commoners, peasants. On average, yeah. Ostos are the only chance they have. I mean, according to Lucius, that's wrong. Yeah, Bill can, or not Bill. Bell can still evolve. You're right. Last game, like I think is gonna put up a fight against Lucius. Like if it's so that like while Asta's in Hino doing his own thing, by himself goes to fight Lucius. I think he's gonna put up a really good fight and actually make like Lucius, even Paladin Lucius, sweat. But I think that he will lose, and then Lucius will get stronger from that fight, either by taking in his power, or it actually, because Lucius is fighting, he gets like a new spell in his grimoire. Like a lot of fans have always wanted like the power system Black Clover to work for the villains too, not just the good guys getting a brand new spell in the middle of a fight. But that'd be so cool if that happened to Lucius. Like makes Lucius stronger. Belle froze time when first got her. She didn't really freeze time. Time was actually shown to be moving just really slow, but there's not really a lot of evidence that she can manipulate time. Holy Mercury Magic Gungnir, that'd be sick. I guess once you could possibly manipulate it, then it's not very effective. I think I missed on one of the things you said. Yeah. What do you guys think? Should I make a Ryuzen 7 versus Lucifero video? Like, I know I made a Chica versus Lucifero video, but not only is there more evidence that, like, she scales above him now, but, like, it's also going to be the popular thing to do. It's always popular to take, like, a group of characters against a strong villain. Like, isn't it like they do, like, 1,000-Year Blood War arc, or Fullbring arc, Ichigo versus the Arankar, or whatever, the Espada. Make a Captains versus Ryuzen. I can't do that until the Captains have feats, though. I could do Lucifero versus Ryuzen right now. You're right, it will attract views. But it would be so redundant. Like, literally any of the Ryuzen would just, in base, body the Captains. Because they just have no feats. You'll watch it, though. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the... If the average person who gets recommended my videos, I don't know if they'll know who the Ryuzen 7 are. Like, you gotta be smart with, like, videos so that they're, like, people know, like... Because if somebody's not caught up in the Black Clover manga and they see the Ryuzen 7, they might assume that that's a group of characters from a completely different series. %, yes. I doubt they can put up a fight with 100% Lucifero with a Grimoire. And that's the issue right there. You gotta remember, Lucius has all of Lucifero's magic power, all of his physical strength, and a Grimoire, and he has Mana Zone. And the Ryuzen scale above a Asta, 20 times above an Asta, who basically scales to that Lucius and forced him to transform. So, like, like, Lucifero doesn't have a Grimoire. That would be, like, a weird thing to argue, unless if it was more of, like, a what-if scenario. How do I rank the Ryuzen? That's too hard to do right now, honestly. That's just too hard. I just noticed in my Black Clover... Yeah, it is doing well. I didn't expect to do that. Like, this month has been my best month on YouTube in a while. It's pretty cool. And I have a lot of videos planned. Oh, I cannot wait for the movie to come out, guys. Like, I'm so excited. We're 3 months away. I have so many ideas. Like, I'm so glad that... Because I'm going back to school. And my finals week is, like, the week... Like, it'll end... I think a couple days before the movie comes out, and then I'll have a week off of school. Bro, I'm just fucking grinding that movie for videos. I'm so excited. You're right, Lima. If he had all those, he could be a top tier. Yo, what's up, Darky? Thanks for coming in. We got a member in here. Lucius did, he gave Beelzebub's power to Lily and then purified her. For the Beast guy, he's purified. We don't know what devil he was purified with. We also don't know if he might have just been given devil power instead of a devil, because he doesn't have two magic attributes like Lily does. Unless if the devil that he was given was also a beast devil, like a beast magic devil. But he actually just has a magic that lets him manipulate beasts. That was stated in the latest chapter. Vedo could Riki. He has the same magic as Yorulu, who shares the same magic in the same nation. Yeah, I'm sure that Yorulu will tie back to Vedo at some point. Hopefully Tabata does something cool like that. Do you think the sword in the movie will be awesome then? Probably not. Because I feel like, unless if it was like a terrible sword, he would have used it in the manga. Or it's something that has a huge condition for him to use, so that's why he hasn't used it. I do see the elves coming back, Phantom. And whatever in-game scenario Black Lore finally gets to, the elves, I think, will be there. The in-game devil, the in-game villains call me is, it's paladins. They're stronger than devils. Like, it's blatantly stated that paladins are way stronger than devils. So that's, like, what the final villains are. But I actually have a theory. Like, I have a fucking, like, insane theory that hopefully I can get done and release it on New Year's Day. But it's about that Lucius, like, it's just a crazy video, a crazy ass theory, but it's like probably my best theory I've ever made. And the implications of that theory might mean that Lucius is not the final villain, which I hope isn't true, but there is just so much evidence going against it. Somebody asked, do I see Gaja, or can Gaja scale against any Ryuzen? Can he? Yes, if he like got stronger over the course of the time skip. But does what he did in the Spade Saga scale to the Ryuzen? No, and it's not even close. They do have history against the demons and devils last game, yeah. Do I think the Ryuzen defeat Lucius together? Base Lucius, probably. But I don't think so. I don't think they could defeat his paladin form, because I think if they could, Ryu would know that. But he thinks that they need Asta to learn Zetten and master it and to have a chance. So based on that, I think that Ryu knows that the Ryuzen would lose to Paladin Lucius. Final villain be Yuno? I don't know. I mean, it's possible. If Charmy used 1% of her power, Lucius gets smoked. Daniel, the weight is that in a 100 times multiplier. We got another member here. Thanks for coming in, Daniel. Oh yeah, by the way, I see members in here now. I think the next member video will be coming out tomorrow. I almost have gotten that one edited. So next member video will be out tomorrow likely, and then the other one is already scripted and recorded. Just needs to be edited. So now that, you know, my life's not fucking crazy with how much sickness I've been having, I'm going to be back on the 2 a week. But anyways, Daniel, in the official translation, Zetten is a 100 times multiplier. But in the Raws, it says it's a tens of times multiplier, which would mean 20 at the very least. So technically, it could be 100. Because tens, like tens of times, could mean 100, because 100 is 10 tens. But the most like accurate way to say it is 20 times, because it would be at least 2 tens. You're going to become a vice captain? Hey, thanks, Limey. Which Ryuzen 7 could Yuno beat? That's just a pure like speculation, because it depends on what Lucius meant by Yuno being the one who could stop him. If he means that Yuno, if he went and fought him right now, then probably Yuno. But we know that several days have been passing, so if Yuno spends those several days getting stronger, then it's probably the Ryuzen, but in case you're curious, me Phantom is Sleeping Danger, if I remember the name. Yeah, sounds familiar. Yeah, Lucius and Ryu are playing chess. But because Lucius can see the future, it makes me think he knows he's going to win that game. Confused. How does Zetten make Asta stronger? How does it help him defeat Lucius? I mean, it's basically a 20 times multiplier in power, at the very least. Like, it's basically like, it's similar to like a Kaioken times 20. It's not the same, it's similar. So like that, it's like a 20 times multiplier is pretty big. If that was the case, then Broku, does that mean Asta can rival Ichigo now? Not like Soul, no, I mean, not Soul Society. Not 1,000-Year Blood War Ichigo. Are they Ryuzen 7 Wizard King level? 100%. If you say, like, the Wizard King level scales from... Who would be, like, the weakest Wizard King? Probably Lumiere. If you say that, you know, it ranges from Lumiere to Julius. I mean, Lumiere would be the weakest one we know. Because I'm sure there's weaker Wizard Kings in the past. But by that logic, all of them, or at least several of them, would scale above Julius. Because Julius scales to base Lucius. And Achika and Yosuga both have feats well above base Lucius. So yeah, it's likely all of them are. With the new arc in Dragon Ball Super, do you plan to do more Dragon Ball content? I am going to do Dragon Ball content, but that has nothing to do with it, really. I just have like a really big video project for Dragon Ball that I've been working on. It will probably have nothing, not probably, it definitely has nothing to do with the new arc, but it's just, the videos I'm going to be uploading on that channel are going to be very sparse, just kind of when I get the video done. Why do you like this, Tabata? It could be, Sam, that the sword, or the Imperial sword is sealed for Asta till later. I do think it's very possible that that sword used to be Lick's, or used to be Lick's ancestor. Or not his ancestor, but his ancestor's sword. Because there is a clover symbol on the Imperial sword that Conrad uses in the trailer. And there's a clover symbol on Asta's Demon Destroyer sword. And the elves lived in the Clover Kingdom. The elves got Clover Grimoires, so it could be a licked ancestor sword. That'd be really hard, Call Me, because we don't know. Like, you'd have to, like, show... Because, like, even if the Dark Triad got, say, 10 times stronger over the course of the time skip, they would get bodied by the Ryuzen. Daniel, do you think the 1-year time skip will be all filler and show off the Diamond Kingdom once Anime is done? You mean the 15-month time skip? If so, I think that we will get a filler for that. Or a movie, or both. Oh yeah, the movie. Yeah, the movie is canon. There's a lot of talk that it's not canon, but it's just because most people don't understand. Oh, goodbye, Skypers. Thanks for coming in, man. Yeah, but I do think the former Wizard Kings are going to be coming back, similar to the Edo Tensei. They would likely, if you're talking about like the Spade Saga Clover Kingdom, they would probably solo. Like the 7 of them would just body the Clover Kingdom. Like it's just a crazy power cliff. Like for reference, Tabata did the same thing with the Elf Arc to the Spade Saga. Like if you read the manga, and then you watch the anime canon, like the canon material that takes place between the end of the Elf Saga and between that and the Spade Saga. Like, it is crazy how much the power cliffing was. I'd argue that was worse than this. Like, the power cliffing between the Elf Saga and the Spade Saga is way worse than this one. Because not only did less time happen, it was a 6-month time skip. This was a 15-month time skip. But you have things like Asta, before he even started training with the Heart Squad, in the mid-time skip, is stronger than Zagred in his base form. You have things like Magna surpassing Zagred in the middle of the time skip. Like, it's insane. That time skip is way worse in terms of power clipping than this one. At least so far. It could be worse, but as far as we've seen, the power clipping was worse and from the Elf Saga to the Spade Saga. Leo got vengeance treatment, yeah. Daniel, do I think that the squads in the Clover Kingdom will be envious of the Black Bulls after the Spade War? You mean like the Holy War? Or do you mean like between the time skip, the other squads didn't like the Black Bulls? I think that it's probably that a lot of the squads don't like the Black Bulls. I mean, Nozel has a warm rep to them, but I think like the characters that interact with the Black Bulls would be good. Yo, Lima, thanks for coming in, man. As a member, appreciate that. Now you can go watch most of the member videos now. Yeah, the funniest thing about the movie coming out is we got nothing for Leopold. We got more for Magna than Leopold. How strong do I think the dragon is compared to the Spade Demon? It's definitely stronger. It's the dragon in the Hino country or in the Land of the Sun is way stronger than the ancient demons. Depends on the paladin, call me. But yeah, thanks again, Lima, for coming in. Gonna start screen recording the vids. Wow. I could remove you as a member. Yeah, the captains will get much stronger in Dominus, though. They will. Do you think Yami will learn Zen in this arc? He could learn it super fast. No, yeah, I think he'll get a scroll and he'll learn Zen. I think he's gonna learn it hella fast, like how Asta. It's gonna parallel how Asta learned Ki almost immediately. Phantom. I was so excited for Leo on the 6-month time skip, and yeah, we had reason to be. And then he fought the Dark Disciple, and we're like, okay, yeah, Leopold's like a boss now. And then he has literally done nothing since then except for kill some low-ranking devils who scale below the mid-rankers. Like, it's insane. It's just wild, but yeah, a lot of this, I don't think anything that interesting was shown in this chapter. Like, in terms of lore or whatever. It was good, though. That's why this review of the chapter is mainly about power scaling, because that's what it was. You know, it's just the Ryuzen bodying the dragon. And this is an amped dragon. But I will find, I guess so it says, this is Ryu talking about the paladins. He says, one of them is a water and spatial Yojutsu user, and that's Lily, of course. And then he says the other one uses ice, that's Heath. And he says, and the last one probably has some kind of Yojutsu that lets them control magical beasts. So that's why, like, the dragon was listening to them and woke up. It's because of Yorlu, or whatever, how you say his name. So that's, like, probably the most interesting thing that was shown. Yami getting a scroll, what magic would that even be? It'd probably just be dark magic, but he'd just have more spells and he'd get even more powerful. Because, like, just getting a Grimoire increases your magic power. What if I got you to 100k subs for 2023? I don't think you could do that. That is that's 30,000 plus subscribers in like 5 days. That would be cool, but if it's bots, that would just ruin my channel. So I'll just get there naturally one day. My goal was to get 100K before 2024. I think I'm gonna do it because I have like a content strategy planned out, and I have a lot of cool video ideas. And you know, with the movie coming out, it's probably gonna help a lot. Spade demons are above Zagreb, definitely. Yeah, I need the anime to see how to say these names. Yeah, that's why I've never been great at Black Clover names, because I'm more of a manga reader. So I always like Zagreb. Is it Zagreb or Zagreb? It's because like I just read the manga way more than I watch the anime. It's been a long time since I've heard like the name said properly by the dub or the sub. And it's also hard. Yeah, I do make passive income from YouTube. How do the Ryuzen 7 stack up against the 7 Deadly Sins? I would say that they win, because I think that Black Clover is just a stronger verse. I'm actually doing 7 Deadly Sins videos in the future, pretty soon. Like I want to do could the 7 Deadly Sins have defeated Lucifero? Because it'd be a similar situation to when the 7 Deadly Sins fought the Demon Lord. Instead, could they defeat the Demon King in Black Clover? Also, I want to do Asta versus Meliodas and other stuff like that, and probably even theories, because I love the Four Knights manga, and I do have like my own like theories that I've thought of while reading it, but I just haven't made a theory on it because I haven't been uploading Four Knights content in forever. So how much? I mean, it varies, and I'm technically not supposed to say. But what if you started your own channel? Why not? I think that everybody should start a YouTube channel, because there's always the chance that you're lucky enough and you're passionate enough and you're talented enough and you're skilled enough and you work hard enough to make it work. So I think everybody should actually give a serious try at a YouTube channel at least once. So yeah, do it. Why not? Are ancient demons at about the same level as high-ranked devils without a grimoire? No, they're way above. So ancient demons scale above the Dark Triad, and the Dark Triad scale above Zagreb with his grimoire by a lot. The only way I guess you could maybe do that is that if it's possible for high-ranked devils in the strongest layer to be stronger than supreme devils, but I don't think that's supported. You're starting a YouTube short channel? Nice, Daniel. That's cool. I'm going to start doing more YouTube shorts, and I'm going to start doing TikToks. Nice. Yeah. Are you going to be doing shorts on like Black Clover or other manga or anime? Who would be a final villain outside of Lucius, and how would they come to be? So that will be a part of my theory coming out, and I wanted it to come out on New Year's Day, but it's probably not going to be, because I ended up being way busier these holidays than I wanted it to be, and I had food poisoning last week, so the script's not even done. It's going to be probably at the very least a 30-minute theory video, but very easily could be 40 to 45 minutes, so that's why I don't know if I'm going to get it done in time, but it'll answer who would be the final villain if it's not Lucius. Yeah, Asta is currently depressed. You're right, Dark Kid. That's actually really good character progression for him. Almost like regression, but still. Character development. Call me for... There's 4 ranks of devils. There are the low-ranked devils. There is the mid-ranked devils. The high-ranked devils. And then there's the supreme devils, which are the cliff-off devils. The ones that rule those layers. Nice, Limey. Sounds like those would be good series we can make stuff of. You're smelling some devil hybrid Asta propaganda? It's not propaganda, it's facts, bro. Is Asta MFTL in base or is FTL plus? He's MFTL plus in base. And he has been for a long time. Oh, what's up, Street? I haven't seen or heard from you in a while, I think. Maybe ancient demons from the dungeons, or ancient weapons from dungeons or something related to dungeons. Yeah, that'd be cool. I want to get more stuff of that. Hopefully, We'll get some dungeon stuff. And that's how we get to see dwarves or something like that for this final saga. Do I think that Yosuga will have a rare or unique magic type when compared to the rest of the Ryuzen 7? I don't know. It seems like the Ryuzen have more nature-based stuff. But then again, one of the dudes, I mean, doesn't necessarily have music magic. He just is using a magical item, it seems like. What's the single strongest attack in Black Clover? The single strongest attack. Are you talking like theoretical or something that actually happened on panel? Because if it's what's actually happened on panel or in lore, it's actually no, in lore would be different because that's not an attack, but on panel would probably be a Chica's Zetten, because it was going to neg Asta Zetten, and that would likely be stronger than, I don't know, it's hard to say. Probably a Zetten attack. The Clover Imperial Sword is gray on the tip. Is there any reason aside from just looks that could be an important movie point? I didn't even notice a gray tip on it, honestly. I'm gonna try and pull up the trailer. Let me look up the trailer. Talking about like the tip of the blade, or I gotta put it in slow motion. Oh, it is gray. Wow, that's okay. I don't know how I never noticed that. I guess it's because it moves too fast when I watched it. Even on slow motion. Like, even on a quarter speed, it's hard to see that it's gray. Unless if you're looking for it. Because it moves so fast and it's still the same design even though it's a different color. Interesting. What would be the reason for it to be gray? Maybe because lick swords are gray naturally? I don't know. I do think we'll see Mars and Lotus again, Phantom, yeah. Yeah, Black Knight, you're right. Right before it ramps into the ground. I guess I can actually just show y'all real quick. Like, look at that. It's gray. Yeah, that's interesting. Good find. Demon Slayer, Infinite / Equinox, and that's probably would be the strongest. Do you think Tabata does care about power scaling? Because for me, it looks like he doesn't, or he doesn't realize. Well, I'll say for one, I don't think it actually matters if authors care about power scaling. And for two, I think that he does to a sense. Or to a certain degree, I guess. Definitely not as much as power scalers, but that'd be any series. Nobody's gonna care about power scaling except for power scalers. But I mean, he has to a certain degree. He's done, physical strength rankings, magic power rankings, giving people mana amount, mana control, mana sensing, stats, and all of that. And it is a battle shonen. Like, this is a genre. It's a battle shonen. It's about fighting. It's not about fighting. That's like the main thing. Like, I get a feeling if I asked Tabata who's the strongest character is, he would probably say Lumiere or Licht. I don't know why. I mean, that's possible. But what matters most is the actual source material. The author can add stuff to it as long as it doesn't blatantly contradict it. Like, for example, if Tabata just right now says that Licht and Lumiere are the strongest in the verse. Right now, that isn't a fact. Because, like, we saw them in the series, and they were weaker than Ziggurat. And that was a Licht and Lumiere that were amped by forbidden magic, and based on all the information we have right now, Licht and Lumiere in the Elf Saga, because they're amped by forbidden magic, like, Lumiere absorbed Demon Licht's power. Because of that amp, they're stronger than their quote-unquote prime selves, that people say. So, like, right now, like, that's not the thing. But if Tabata just says that Licht and Lumiere, back in their day, were the strongest, you could then argue that technically then, they were nerfed in the Elf Arc, and they still could work. But if he said that Licht and Lumiere were the strongest while they were in the Elf Arc, that would be blatantly contradicted by what actually happened. So, like, it depends on what he would say, and what the exact statement would be, what the exact question would be, and if it contradicts the manga or not. Do I think Black Clover could have ended after the Elf Saga? I think technically, sure. It would just need to have, like, another, like, actually, no. Because if you say that could it end with the Elf Saga, do you mean, like, could it have ended right after Julius comes back to life? I don't think so, because it would be ending without Asta becoming the Wizard King. It would be ending without many questions. I think you could have done, like, a short 20 to 30 chapter arc after the Elf Saga that quickly wraps everything up, but I don't think it would have been a good ending. I don't think Yami does scale to any of the, like, if you want me to just do, like, a fan theory headcanon, if Tabata had them fight right now, he'd probably have Yami scale to Ichika. Just because it's Yami. But if we go off of, like, what's actually shown, he doesn't scale to any of them, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to see the theory this week. I know that people are going to hate the idea of it. They're going to hate the thumbnail. They're going to think it's a stupid idea. They're going to hear the intro. They're going to be like, Broku, what are you smoking? But, like, all the evidence is there. Like, I'm not going to say what the theory is, because it's just going to throw people off just by the nature of what the theory, like, what the claim is. But, guys, it is so supported. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. That and the next theory after that, because that one's probably even cooler, because it just goes into a whole deep dive of the Black Clover lore. I think I'm going to call I think the theory this week, I'm calling it Black Clover's Biggest Lie. And then the theory after that is going to be called Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole. That's probably going to be my next two videos. And they're theory videos. And I think that they're, like, especially Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole is going to be nuts. Like, it's super good. Like, I have, like, the idea done. I'm just trying to convert all of my notes into a script. But, like, I had made a whole, like, what is it called? Like, when detectives have, like, their board where they have, like, sticky notes and strings attached. I did that. I found a piece of software that does that on your computer. And I did that. Like, that's how insane I went into this theory. Like, Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole. That one I'm so excited for people to see. Because it actually answers a lot of foundational or fundamental aspects of the Black Clover world. That theory likely encapsulates who made grimoires or why grimoires were made. So yeah, there's a lot going into that theory. Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole. And what's funny is Black Clover's Biggest Lie, which is the theory coming out this week. That software, I'll look it up real quick. It's called... Damn, I have so many tabs open. Xmind. That's what I use to make, like, an investigation on this person in Black Clover. So I'm really excited. But the Black Clover's Biggest Lie theory, that started off as a joke. Not necessarily a joke, but, like, kind of like a crackpot theory. Like, something I didn't really believe in. It's not super supported, but it's possible. It was originally just going to be a YouTube short and a TikTok video. Like a short theory. But But then when I looked into it more and more, I'm like, okay, there's something here. And then that was like a mini rabbit hole that led me into the deepest Black Clover rabbit hole. So I'm so excited for you guys to see these theories. It's going to be so fun. You want to travel at the end of the week? Well, I mean, it's probably going to be uploaded on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. It is nearly done, the first one, but I don't know, like, the Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole, that's going to probably be at least a 30-minute video. So, I don't know how much of that I'm going to be able to get edited. Hopefully I can get it done by New Year's, but I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't happen. Well, I mean, you can just argue, Street, that the captains just essentially have no scaling. No scaling to them. Read your formal comment? Where's your formal comment? Why don't I get notifications? Dang. Well, I mean, this stream will be on my stream playlist, so you can just go back and watch it. But it is almost over. Yeah, the cogs began turning, Phantom. I really went into a massive deep dive. Like, guys, it's literally insane. Like, I don't know why. Like, this was actually a theory. It's part of a theory that I had mentioned a long time ago, and I never got to it. But this... Because these two theories, these next two ones, Black Clover's Biggest Lie and Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole, are not that connected. But there was another theory that I mentioned doing like over a year ago that kind of branches them together and then led me into the Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole. Like, it's pretty wacky, but it's actually heavily supported. And are the Ryuzen, have they potential to defeat Cliff-Off Devil? Well, I mean, they're all stronger, or not all, but it's likely that most of them are stronger than Lucifero. So, give you a hint, a word or something? I mean, okay. Let me think of a hint for the first one, then I'll think of a hint for the second one too. Okay, so one of my hints for what is Black Clover's Biggest Lie is that one of the foundational aspects of the entire series is wrong. It's a lie, and I can't really go further without just saying what it is, but just think of one of the most foundational aspects of the series, and it's wrong. It's a lie. That's the hint. My hint for the next one, which is Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole, is there is a character in Black Clover. I won't say who it is, but there's a character who is the most influential character in Black Clover, and it is not Asta. And that person who is the most influential character in Black Clover is the rabbit hole itself. That connects almost every aspect of the series together. So, I can't really get too deep into that because then it'll just give it away. That's the hints. They're pretty big, but like, and also I guess a hint for the next video, which is Black Clover's Biggest Lie, is that Black Clover's Biggest Lie is something that if you just think about it, you're gonna think, if you just think about just the statement of what I'm making is without any of the evidence I provide, you're gonna say, Broku, you're just a Black Clover hater. Broku, you like are stupid. Like, it sounds silly, but it is literally one of my most supported theories. I think that like Black Clover's Biggest Lie is a more supported theory than me connecting Julius to Lucius Sagratis. Yeah, like it's there is more evidence for that than there was for Lucius Sagratis. or Julius Agratus, is what my theory was. So like that's like that's like the thing. It's like it sounds so dumb. People will think that I'm a Black Clover hater. People are gonna think that I'm an idiot. But you're about to have me on X Mind trying to guess the character. I'm not gonna say which character it is, even if somebody guesses it right or wrong. I'm not gonna say. But that is like the Black Clover's deepest rabbit hole. So that's the hint, at least. It's gonna be sick. Like I've talked to a few people about it, and they're like, "Holy shit, dude! Like you really went like insane. Like that GIF of the what is his name, Charlie Day, from the what is that? Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where he just does like the investigation thing. It's like a popular GIF, the meme thing. That was me. I literally was just like, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap! Like all these things connect. Like, if we go, I'll give you a hint, another hint for the Black Clover's deepest. No, I'm not gonna give that hint because if you look into it, it'll give it all away. Now I kind of want to tell you. Nah, I'm not gonna tell you. That could give it away. Like, that gives you guys too much time to figure it out before I post it because it's gonna be probably at least a week before I upload that one. But yeah, just think of who is the most influential character in Black Clover, and that's the rabbit hole that I went on. It's gonna be a fun one. Next two videos are gonna be fun. So yeah, basically, the hints you were given were great, just enough for us to get it. Yeah, I mean, get your minds thinking. It's fun. But yeah, that's definitely the theories. This isn't gonna be one of my next theories, but because this video is probably a couple months away. But I'm fairly certain I know how Lucius is gonna be defeated. I'm fairly certain of it. And I want to make that into a theory too. But I have these next two theory videos. Then I have more of an analysis video on Black Clover after that. And so that's my next 3 videos. But I also have other videos I want to make, and I need to make soon. And that is, could the Seven Deadly Sins have defeated Lucifero? Could Pain steal Liba? Like Pain from Naruto. I want to make that. And then probably after that, those videos, I will either do how Asta or how Lucius will be defeated, or I will do Black Clover's Universal Meta, because I actually, you guys are not ready for that, but are we going to find out in the very next video? Probably not, because like I said, while this Black Clover's biggest lie, it got me into Black Clover's deepest rabbit hole. It is because I had a theory over a year ago that I was going to make, and then I never ended up making it. But this theory loosely connects to that theory, and then that theory heavily connects to Black Clover's deepest rabbit hole. So this video won't really give it away. So, Black Clover's biggest lie will not really tell you what Black Clover's deepest rabbit hole is. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I would say that definitely they're just based on the nature of the video. There will be some very minor hints, but I don't know if you guys could pick it out because you guys don't know. Whereas, I know the theory, so I know like what the hints would be just like them by being in there, but that's like the biggest hint. If you can just figure out who the most influential character that we know that has a name in Black Clover, then you know what the rabbit hole is on. Because it's not actually not. If I say who it's not, then That'll help you too much. Yes, the Seven Sins would clap. Lucifero, Merlin, Meliodas, Bon, and Escanor would whoop. I mean, I think going into it, like, I haven't fully scripted it. I'm just working on, like, the nuts and bolts. I think that the Seven Sins would defeat Lucifero. I don't know about clap. Like, I think that Lucifero is stronger than the Demon Lord, but has way lesser abilities. The old man knew about the fifth leaf. Can we get the first letter? No. The first letter would just completely give it away. Have there been hints about the character in past videos? Not any of my recent videos, but like I said, there's a theory video I made a while ago that mentions that theory. And that theory is heavily involved with Black Clover's deepest rabbit hole, but it's not actually, like, the point of the video. That's fair for sure, yeah. Like, I think that they would win. I don't know about them clapping, but then I don't know. My mind might change by the time I'm actually done with the script. Because when I made the Black Bulls versus Seven Sins, like, that was like 3 years ago now, I think. When I made that video, I went into it thinking, you know, the Seven Sins clap. And then after researching it more, I was like, oh, I think the Seven Sins would win in close. And then I was like, no, I think the Black Bulls would win close. I'm like, I don't know, actually. I think the Seven Sins would probably win close. And it ended up being that the Black Bulls clap. So it's like, okay, what's next? Kind of go to the Broku's library of vids. I guess you could, yeah. Give me some more algorithm boosts by doing that. Have they been in a thumbnail? Is this person still relevant? I'll answer the first one because I don't want you guys just to scroll through and look at my thumbnails. And if I say yes or no, then that cuts out so many characters. So that's too obvious if I say yes or no to that. So I'm not going to answer it. Is this person still relevant? The answer is yes. This character is 100% relevant, but I am 99.9% sure that none of you even realize it. So, like, I think that character's relevant, but I don't think any of you would think they're relevant. So, damn, that was actually a really big hint without even me realizing it. So, you guys got another good hint out of me, but I'm not going to answer that street because you said, does anyone in the comments got something right? If I say yes, then you can scroll through the comments and figure out what it is. If I say no, then you can scroll the comments and see all the ones that have been guessed, and you know that none of those are right. So I'm just going to say there's a no answer. I mean, like, it's not a no. I'm not answering it because it would give too much out. I think it's Asta's mom because there's a plot hole to how Asta's mother gave birth to him. It's not a plot hole, Jordan. It's actually more so just the basis of the devil hybrid Asta theory. Is it Zoro? Mars? Oh, you probably meant Zora, didn't you? You're not stupid, Isaiah. It's honestly like it's probably something like, you know, you ever have those moments when you're like, you know what it is, it's on the top of your head, but you can't think of it. Or it's like you had no idea at all. But then you go through and you're like, oh, that makes 100% sense after you hear it. Like, you had no idea before. And then immediately after you hear it, you're like, oh shit, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Like, that's probably what it's going to be like. Like, you guys are going to have no idea until it actually comes out. But it'll be really fun. Like, honestly, I think... So then my next video, Black Clover's Biggest Lie. It is the most supported theory I've ever made, but it's going to be probably the most controversial, probably the most hated, because I know that a lot of people, they see my thumbnails or they see my theories and they don't watch them because they automatically say that they're crap, and then I'll see them say why it's crap, and it's something I didn't mention in the video. It's something that I answered in the video. So it's like, this theory is automatically going to be hated just by existing. People are not going to watch it. They're just going to hate it just based on the idea of it. But it is the most supported. Whereas the Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole, that video is going to be less supported in terms of quality of support. There's going to be a lot more quantity, like, of support. But it's probably going to be the most well-loved theory. Because it's, you know... I'm trying to give you a sense without giving it away, but... When you said Zoro, I thought you meant from One Piece, because I thought you were just, like, taking the piss at me, like, not saying anything. You think Liebe... So, I'll say straight. You think Liebe is the most influential character in Black Clover? Unless if you think that's the lie... I guess that'd be different. But, like, if you think... You have to think... Who is the most influential character in Black Clover? That's the answer to the Black Clover's Deepest Rabbit Hole. Why do you think it would be hated? Asta's the chosen one? No. Because, Nah, bro, it's Nozel, are you mad? What? But, because, like you say, the hated. Black Clover's biggest lie. It's not stated that Asta is the chosen one, so that wouldn't be a lie. There's actually a title of a chapter called The Unchosen, because Asta is actually the narrative trope of the unchosen one, or the dark chosen one. There are spins on the chosen one trope. So that I wouldn't say that is the answer. Like, that's not what it is, because that's not like the foundation of Black Clover. That's not a fundamental aspect of it, that Asta's the chosen one. So that's why it wouldn't be Black Clover's biggest lie. That was also a really huge hint, because that tells you what the theory isn't. But it's kind of fun just to see you guys guess. Damn, I have to do this more often. Magna is the unchosen one, not Asta. No, I'll see if I can find the chapter. But there's a chapter where it's about Asta and Liebe, and it's called like The Unchosen or something like that. Damn. Did that chapter just not have a title? Oh, no, that's called Brothers. So it wasn't on its normal page. Yeah. So like Tabata, or not Tabata, Asta just fits the unchosen trope. Which, I mean, it's related. Technically, the chosen one trope is related, but it's not the same. Damn. Am I just like completely in the wrong arc? Because I cannot find the Unchosen title chapter. Maybe. Does that ring a bell for any of you guys? There's a chapter called like Unchosen or The Unchosen or something like that. I thought it was at the end of the Spade Saga, but maybe it's when Asta first uses Devil Union. No, because isn't that called Black Knight or something like that? I know there's a chapter called Unchosen. Is it Tabata? He's pretty influential in the verse. Do you think Soul will eventually be relevant? Maybe for a chapter. If your theory is correct, will it be a bigger twist than the Julius or Lucius reveal? No. I don't think a twist would be the right word. The Black Clover's biggest lie, if it were true, would probably be a bigger twist. Or at least the same tier. Double check. Yeah, it's called Blackheart. Yeah, I don't remember. I just saw it the other day, like, when I started editing this video. I know there's a chapter called Unchosen or something like that. I need to find like the list of chapters. Is that on TCB scans? Where they, because most chapter lists they just have the number, but I think there is a website where they have the list and it shows the title of the chapter too. So hopefully TCB scans has that. They do. Okay. Ah, there we go. It's chapter 316, Sword of the Unchosen. I think there is another one too, but I will show it real quick. Chapter 316, Sword of the Unchosen. This is when Asta uses Infinity Slash on Lucifero. So, yeah, definitely the Unchosen. It says reconnection successful. My OBS, my streaming software disconnected and reconnected, so I don't know if I'm still here for you guys. So just comment down below if y'all can still hear me. But I'm pretty sure there's another one, but I could be wrong, of Unchosen. I guess I could do word search. Oh, it's just one. Maybe that's just the only one then. Oh, well, it's because after 296, for 295 and below, they don't have Unchosen for anything. Or maybe they don't have the title of the chapter for anything. Anyways, you guys get what I mean. They're Unchosen one. You're still streaming? Okay, cool. We're good. Sword of the Unchosen, Sword of the Wizard King, yeah? I use Vegas, Limai, did in my vids. But there is a bunch of free software that's probably just as good. It could be the name of an anime episode, but... I mean, I found the manga one at least. But there's at least one, but... In the chapter, Asta says it again. Does he? Okay. Damn, it's freaking getting late, and I still gotta edit the video. So, I think I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. I'm gonna try and stream again on Thursday. Actually, no, I might not stream Thursday, because that's when the video will come out. I don't like to stream the same day I release videos, because that actually does mess with the algorithm. So, I'll probably stream on Friday. Probably a bit earlier. But, yeah, so I'm going to end the stream. But thanks for coming in, guys. If you missed it or came in late, there will be a playlist called Streams. Go to that playlist, and the entire video of the stream will be there. There was no chapter this week, Phantom. I'll answer that last question. But yeah, so I'm excited for you guys to see the theory video. I'll probably stream on Friday to talk about it after it drops on Thursday. So, yeah. Thanks for coming in, y'all. Fun stream. Got some new members, so appreciate that. But, was it your birthday? Well, happy birthday on Thursday, Isaiah. But yeah, thanks for coming in, everybody, and have a good one. I'll see you guys soon on Thursday for